You might think the 38 Special was left behind decades ago, overshadowed by polymer-framed marvels and higher-capacity automatics. But there's a reason this round refuses to fade away, and it's rattling some folks in law enforcement circles. In this video, we'll talk about why the 38 Special is making a big comeback, why certain police departments just can't stand the idea, and how this old-school round still hits a sweet spot for many of us who believe strongly in the right to keep and bear arms. First, let's get one thing clear. The 38 Special is no ancient relic waiting to be tossed aside. Some folks who've only been around semi-autos might see a 5 or 6 shot revolver as outdated, but that viewpoint doesn't really capture the full story. The truth is, for a good chunk of the 20th century, this was the go-to duty round. That alone gives it a lot of credibility. Sure, times changed when law enforcement agencies got enticed by the higher capacity 9mm pistols, then 40 Smith & Wesson, and eventually back to 9mm. Yet here we are, with the 38 Special clawing its way back into the hearts and holsters of many shooters, especially those of us who appreciate simplicity and reliability. There's just something nice about a wheel gun you can tuck away for years, then pull out and trust it to go bang. No worrying about magazine springs wearing out or feed ramps acting up like with some semi-autos. Sure, you're not getting the same 17+1 ammo capacity, but let's be real. When it comes to self-defense, it's that first shot that matters the most. It could be the difference between walking away safe or not. That's not to say the 38 Special is perfect for everyone. If you're somebody who always shoots 38 ammo from a 357 Magnum revolver, but you hate dealing with that burned powder buildup in the chambers, you might decide that you're only going to run 38 anyway. So why bother carrying around a revolver chambered for 357, especially if the recoil is more than you're comfortable with? For people who are recoil shy or those who simply want to optimize comfort, a dedicated 38 Special revolver can be a lifesaver at the range or during an adrenaline-fueled moment when you need to place accurate shots quickly. That decision is a personal one, and it's valid, especially if your main goal is to shoot 38 loads and never go near Magnum territory. Some people might scoff at that, arguing that 9mm or 327 Federal Magnum can offer more power with less bark than a 357 Magnum, making 38 seem a bit tame in comparison. But we all know there's more to a round than raw foot-pounds of energy. The 38 Special, particularly in its plus P loads, has proven performance that can hold its own when used correctly. And let's not forget the nostalgia factor. A lot of shooters grew up seeing parents, grandparents, or even older siblings rely on 38 revolvers as nightstand guns. Seeing it come full circle can give a sense of connection to the past, reminding us that new isn't always better. Of course, we have to address the old classic, the so-called FBI load. This is a 38 Special plus P using a 158-grain soft lead semi-wad cutter hollow point, historically regarded by many as a serious fight stopper. The government eventually replaced it with a 147-grain Federal plus P plus Hydra Shock in the late 80s, but there are still folks who trust that older load with their lives. Some of those same people also acknowledge that modern bullet designs, like the fluid transfer monolithic rounds from Lehigh Defense, have made 38 Special more capable than ever. Extreme defense or extreme penetrator ammo might sound futuristic, but they blend deep penetration with cutting performance in a smaller package, which is appealing for those who want to get as much as possible out of a revolver that doesn't break your wrist. All that considered, there's a reason a big chunk of the shooting community like to keep these rounds in circulation. But before we dig deeper into why certain police departments aren't happy to see the 38 Special edging back, we want to hear from you. Do you think the 38 Special is just an overhyped relic? Or do you believe it truly has a place in today's self-defense world? Share your opinions below. We're always eager to see what you all have to say about it. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Law enforcement agencies and their dislike, some might call it outright hostility, toward the 38 Special. One big reason is, well, capacity, obviously. In a world where even civilian carry guns can run 10, 12, 15 or more rounds in a flush-fitting magazine, carrying 5 or 6 shots sounds like an unnecessary handicap. Departments want to ensure their officers have enough ammo on tap to handle multiple threats or a protracted engagement. Another factor is training. Revolvers are straightforward in some ways. No racking slides, no double feeding issues, but reloading under stress can be slower unless you've practiced extensively. Speed loaders and moon clips definitely make reloading faster, but they still take some practice, especially if you're used to slamming in a mag and racking a slide. Plus, they bulge so they can be a bit annoying to carry. There is a newer option out there called the Rapid Loader System. It's designed to lay flat in a belt pouch and curls back up when you pull it out, letting you use it like a conventional speed loader. If that's new to you, let us know in the comments if you want us to do a deeper dive on it. It's a clever idea, no doubt. It doesn't bulge like traditional speed loaders, but at the end of the day, it still only feeds 6 rounds. So it doesn't exactly fix the whole low-capacity issue that comes with revolvers. In addition, agencies worry about liability too. If an officer's outgunned or forced into a reload in a high-stakes scenario, it can become a legal or media firestorm. Plus, many departments like to unify their ammunition supplies. Having 38 Special in the mix, while others might carry 9mm or 40, just complicates logistics for large agencies that want standard-issue loads. Perception plays a role too. Certain police departments want the public to see them as up-to-date, and a revolver might be viewed as a throwback that fails to exude the same aura as a modern polymer service pistol with a red dot sight. Of course, that's a surface-level perspective, but it holds weight in administrative decisions. Even so, we who believe strongly in the right to keep and bear arms see the 38 Special as a steady option, especially in the concealed carry realm, where capacity isn't always the deciding factor. Despite law enforcement moving on, the public demand for revolvers has never truly vanished. Over the past couple of decades, several gun makers have continued making dedicated 38 Special revolvers, all designed to function flawlessly with Plus P loads. Let's run through a few that prove why this round is winning hearts again. If you're the type who's always grabbing a wheel gun for your daily carry, or just admire a more traditional approach to personal protection, these may spark your curiosity. One of my favorites is the tanky Ruger SP-101. It's designed to handle Plus P ammunition without giving you too much muzzle flip or recoil. The triple locking cylinder latches at the front, rear, and bottom for stable alignment. Maintenance is also straightforward, with no special tools required to disassemble. Shooting comfort is boosted by a cushioned rubber grip, no cold steel biting into the backstrap. The SP-101 might look a bit chunky for a 5-shot, but that heft can work in your favor if you want smoother control. Some of us appreciate having a bit more weight soaking up the recoil. If you're planning to shoot a lot of 38 Specials at the range, the SP-101 can handle it, day in and day out. Then there's the Charter Arms Undercover, a longtime favorite for those who want a budget-friendly snub-nose that still checks the reliability box. Charter Arms ditched the usual side plate design and combined steel with aluminum to keep weight low while maintaining strength. Older models were known for tiny grips that could smack your hand under recoil, but newer versions come with larger grips that significantly help. It's Plus P rated, which is crucial if you plan on loading modern defensive ammunition. With a simple rear sight notch and front post, the Undercover gets the job done for everyday carry or home defense without a massive price tag. There's also the Colt Cobra remake, which marked Colt's re-entry into the double-action revolver market. Some folks thought Colt was gone for good when it came to wheel guns, but this release showed they could still make a formidable revolver. Chambered for 38 Special Plus P, the Cobra sports a 2-inch barrel and a comfy Hogue grip that helps dampen recoil. The fiber-optic front sight and trench-style rear groove give you a clear sight picture. One of the best things about the Cobra is that it appeals to both newbies and seasoned shooters. It doesn't demand advanced knowledge to operate well, but it also offers enough nuance that more experienced hands can appreciate. There's heritage here that resonates with those of us who grew up hearing the Colt name whispered in revered tones. If you crave something with a bit more old-school flair, the Smith & Wesson Model 10 is a heavy hitter in the heritage department. It's been around in one form or another since way back, earning a reputation for reliability on multiple continents. The latest iteration is Plus P capable and built with a medium-sized K-frame, striking a nice balance between comfort and shootability. Wood grips and a black finish give it that classic look, while fixed sights keep it streamlined. There's something about picking up a Model 10 that just says, you've got everything you need and nothing you don't. For many of us, that's exactly the point of a 38 Special revolver. Quick to draw, easy to maintain, ready when you need it. If you want something with a bit of a modern flair to it, there's the Taurus Defender 856 Toro. Some might think revolvers can't keep up with the red dot trend, But this little snubby begs to differ. Taurus engineered it so you can mount a compact red dot using the popular Holosun K footprint. Pair that with a 3-inch barrel, a 6-shot cylinder, and plus P rating, and you've got something that blends tradition with new tech. Taurus can sometimes be hit or miss in terms of long-term performance, but when they succeed, they manage to produce revolvers that punch way above their price. The Toro format gives you more sight radius than the average snubby, which can help with accuracy, and the stainless cylinder combined with decent grips keeps recoil in check. And lastly, there's the Smith & Wesson 442 Performance Center model, also known as the Pro Series version. This variation is a small J-frame revolver that's been cut for moon clips, letting you load and unload faster. It carries 5 rounds of .38 Special plus P, and the fully enclosed hammer design means it's a double-action-only setup with fewer snag points. This is great for pocket carry or any holster where you want a smooth draw. The Performance Center touches often include a refined trigger pull, giving you a more uniform stroke compared to some factory revolvers. That combination of easy reloads, small footprint, and plus P capability is exactly why some folks still look to snubbies for concealed carry. You can toss this in a pocket holster, or even an ankle rig, and barely notice it's there. So, why exactly is the .38 Special drawing such renewed interest? For starters, ammo availability is sometimes better in panic situations. Whenever 9mm dries up, you might still find .38 boxes on shelves. Another factor is that revolver aficionados are tired of chasing brass at the range. Ejecting a small handful of spent casings beats crawling around for them in the grass. A bigger reason is that it can be a nice middle ground for people who want a simple interface. No slide to manipulate, no external safety levers to snag, no worries about whether a magazine is seated properly. For a certain segment of the shooting community, especially those who hold dear the right to bear arms, there's a comfort in mechanical simplicity. On the other side of the fence, law enforcement agencies remain reluctant. Many see .38 Special as low capacity and not quite as powerful as some other cartridges. There's also the modern emphasis on quick follow-up shots and the availability of specialized duty ammo in 9mm, 40, and 45 that can meet various penetration and expansion thresholds. When you're equipping an entire police force, streamlining training is paramount. Switching to or keeping a .38 Special revolver program would require updated manuals, extra range time to master speed loaders, and the specter of public perception that might question whether the department is using dated gear. Yet a handful of departments still allow officers to carry a .38 Special or .357 Magnum revolver as a personal backup or off-duty gun. That alone says something about the continued trust in this old warhorse. I'll be honest, I've got a real appreciation for a good wheel gun, especially one that's easy to shoot and still packs enough punch for anything you're likely to face out in the real world. But how about you? Are you running a revolver in your concealed carry rotation? Which one? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear what you're carrying. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, share it around, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and stay armed and ready.